Hey, what's up? It's Tati. Let's talk Collision. It was so good. We started off with the usual promos, getting you hyped up for these matches. And the first match of the night is Buddy Matthews versus Andrade El Idolo. In a ladder match, we do have Andrade's mask hanging in the middle of the ring, and whoever climbs the ladder and gets it wins. So Andrade obviously have a lot to fight for here because he really wants his mask back. And then we have Buddy, who just got to get it because they already had it. Now, Andrade comes out with some new gear. He's looking good, and he even flexing with the Gucci belt. So I ain't mad at it. They have a really great match. Right off the bat, it was super intense. They have ladders in the ring, ladders outside the ring, and they were not shy of using every single ladder that they had. And even got to the point where the crowd is chanting, "We want tables." And guess what? They gave them tables. We also had chairs too. Now, we do have, right before commercial, Buddy Matthews' shoulder got dislocated, so he ran over to the doctor so the doctor can pop it into place so he can get back in the match. And that happened right before the commercial break. So here we are during the commercial break. Camera is all up on Buddy getting his shoulders popped back in, and they're giving Burger King commercial. And I'm just like, oh my God. Why are they giving food commercials so late? It's just so distracting. After the doctor helps him, he gets back in the ring, and they're still going at it. Now, we do have a part in this match where Julia finally gets involved. She has handcuffs, and they're planning on handcuffing Andrade to the ring post. So Julia, she puts it on him while Buddy's holding him down. And then she takes the key and she's dangling it in front of Andrade's face. So here's Buddy. He's going to go get a chair so he can hit Andrade in the head with before he gets back in the ring and climb the ladder. So what ended up happening is, as Buddy is walking over to him with the chair like right in front of his face, then Andrade kicks the chair and it hits Buddy, and Buddy falls down. And here comes Julia running over to make sure he's okay. But right before she goes to go check on Buddy, she drops the key on the mat. So here we got Andrade, who can reach where the key is at. He takes it, unlocks himself, and then he ends up cuffing Buddy onto the ring post. He goes in the ring with the key and he launches it into the crowd. And Nigel McGuinness is on commentary talking about throw it back, throw it back. He wants somebody, whoever caught it in the audience, to throw the damn thing back so Buddy can get uncuffed. So here's Andrade getting the ladder in position so he can climb it to get to the mask. And Julia, she gets bolt cutters and she's trying to cut the metal so that Buddy can go after Andrade, but she can't do it. So I'm thinking this probably was not planned. I'm not 100% sure. She could not cut it. So what she does is she climbs the ladder and gets onto Andrade's back, and she's like stalling with him or whatever, while Buddy is taking the longest to get out of those cuffs. So I don't remember if he used the bolt cutters or maybe if he had another key or something. They wasn't really too focused on that. They were more focused on Julia and Andrade. Then Buddy finally was able to uncuff himself, and then he is now getting ready to go after Andrade, but instead he's standing in front of a table that is like right along the ring. And what happened is that Andrade pushes Julia onto Buddy and they crash onto the table. Then he goes reach and take his mask. He got his mask back. It was a really great match. It felt like something that you could have seen in a pay-per-view. If it wasn't a pay-per-view, it definitely would have been much longer, but they did a really great job. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Andrade from here. If they're going to continue this storyline with the House of Black. Really great match. I think it might have been my favorite of the night. So next we have Tony Schiavone. He's backstage with Miro, and he's asking Miro, what did you mean when you said in your promo that a battle is coming soon? And before he can even answer, he's getting attacked by Aaron Solo. Kind of feels random. I'm trying to think, like, is there something between them? Probably not, but he attacks Miro, and then Miro returns the favor and then attacks Solo. So I'm not sure where they're going with that. They're probably going to have a match next week. I still want to know what he meant by that, but we didn't get an answer. Now here comes Darby Allin. He comes to the ring. Earlier in the night in his promo, he was saying, one of y'all back there better come out here and have a match with me because I'm ready to fight. And guess who comes out? Suzuki, and the crowd is going wild. They want to see Suzuki. You guys already know Suzuki stay ready so he don't have to get ready. He's ready for a fight at all times. Now when it comes to Darby and Suzuki, they are absolutely insane and do the most in the ring. So we really got a great match out of them. However, though, it was okay. It was okay. We got a great match. I'm not complaining. I just wasn't wowed because sometimes for me, I just feel like both of these guys do a little too much. And sometimes it's just not appealing to me, you know. I prefer other styles or whatever, but they still do a good job. Now, I really enjoyed the ending here. I was really pulling for Suzuki to win, but we already know that Darby has won an opportunity to go for the TNT title at All Out. So obviously, he's going to take the win. As long as we got a good match with these two, that's all that matters. Now, in the end, here comes Darby. He's going for a coffin drop onto Suzuki. And right before he can hit it, Suzuki positions himself a different way and catches Darby into a sleeper and lock that shit in. And Darby's all double jointed or whatever. So he flips his body in a way where Suzuki is still holding onto that sleeper, but now both of his shoulders are on the mat, so that's a pin. So the referee counts 1, 2, 3, and it completely catches Suzuki off guard. He is so mad after this, but I'm thinking Suzuki was going to end up attacking Darby, but what ends up happening is Christian and Luchasaurus, they're on the big screen, and he's like, you know what? You don't even earn a title shot to go against the TNT title, not while the TNT title is on my shoulder. And I'm just like, wait a minute, you're not even champion. What the hell are you talking about? Every time he talks about being champion, he's talking about himself and not Luchasaurus. And sometimes he catches himself and says, we, instead of just him. And I'm just like, it's still not we, but whatever, it's funny. And he's telling Darby, go back the fuck to Hot Topic or wherever the hell you came from. We need some serious competitors for the TNT title. Honestly, I don't know who's going to hold the title by the time of All Out. You know, there's All In a week before then. I'm pretty sure the title might go on the line. So if Christian is champion, like, look at me saying Christian is champion. He's not champion. If Luchasaurus is champion, then he can go against Darby Allin. But to be honest, I think I'd rather see Christian versus Darby. But we'll see when the time comes. So up next, we have Gravity versus Samoa Joe. And really, this kind of confused me because right now in ROH, there is another Eliminator tournament. And Gravity has just advanced to the semifinals to go against Samoa Joe for the TV title. So I'm like, well, why is he going against him now? So it kind of was like a Proven Grounds match. Something like that. Either way, this is more of a squash match. It was over in like less than 2 minutes. Now, I wouldn't say too much of it being a squash match because this is Samoa Joe we're talking about. He's one of those people who can come in and have something in the ring with someone for 2 minutes and it's absolutely believable, unlike other people. So this is on brand for Joe, so I kind of didn't feel like it was too much of a squash match. It was over in like less than 2 minutes. Now, I don't know what this is going to mean for the tournament because even though Gravity lost, he's still going to advance in the tournament. And I don't know, that's just kind of confusing with what's going on in ROH. It was whatever. So now we're in the ring with Tony Schiavone and CM Punk. Everyone's cheering for Punk. Yeah, whatever. Now he has that red bag that he's been parading around like Santa Claus with for the past few weeks. And Tony Schiavone's asking the hard questions like, what's in the bag? And Punk's like, before I get into what's in the bag, let's talk about Wembley. And if I'm going to be at Wembley, he says he don't know. It depends on what happens next. So then he's talking about how there's no more Mr. Nice CM Punk. I'm going to have to be the bad guy now, blah, blah, blah. And he opens up that bag and whips out the AEW World title that he had, that he never lost. No one beat him for it or anything like that. You already know that all that foolishness that happened on the media scrum. So him and the Elite, they all were stripped of their titles or whatnot. So I guess technically he's still champ. Anyway, he's definitely going at him being the real champion, and maybe we'll see him versus MJF at All In. That's probably where they're going. I'm not surprised about this. And he also ends up taking a spray paint can and spray paint the letter X on it. And then he says, I'm straight edge, I'm better than you, you know, the whole straight edge society thing that he used to do. And I was so excited because I absolutely love CM Punk when he was part of the straight edge society. So I'm hoping maybe they're gearing towards that. That would be really, really cool. And also I'm straight edge too. And yes, I have an X too. Now, here we go. Ricky Starks come out, but this time, no music. And then he's like, you know what? For all y'all in the back over there in the truck, I'm going to go in the back. You're going to play my music when I come out again. So then he comes out again and here's his music. And here's Nigel on commentary like, oh my gosh, Ricky Starks. What a surprise. I didn't know he was here today. Like the way he said it was absolutely funny. I was falling out of my chair. Now, Ricky makes it to the ring. I don't know what the hell he was wearing, but with a face like that, I guess it doesn't really matter. So now he's saying to Punk that, hey, I beat you. And if I beat you and you're the champion, then I should be champion since I beat you. So now CM Punk and Ricky, they're talking about if they should have a match with each other. And here's the crowd chanting CM Punk. And then some people were chanting Ricky's title. So next week, long story short, they're going to have a match. Is it for the title? That part, I don't even know. Like, Tony Khan got to make it official. Either way, they're going to have a match, and there's going to be a special guest referee because Punk doesn't trust that, you know, these referees are going to see when Ricky Starks will cheat again. And he's like, I'm going to choose a special guest referee, someone who's going to make sure this match goes clean. And here comes Ricky saying, oh, well, I don't know who you're going to find since you don't got no friends over here. And the crowd is going, oh. And I'm just like, oh, he got him with that one. He got a little bit of friends over there. But either way, we are going to have this match with Ricky and CM Punk. But the special guest referee is going to be Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He has officiated Punk's matches before in the past. And he's done the right thing every single time. So he's going to count on him to do the right thing. And when you're counting on someone to do the right thing in wrestling, they're going to do the opposite. So I can't wait to see what happens with that. Next, we have trios action. We have Action Andretti, Darius Martin with El Hijo de Vikingo as their partner since AR Fox has joined the dark side. Now, they're going against Bullet Club Gold, which is Juice Robinson and the Guns. So, oh, and then they have a cardboard cutout of Jay White, something that I wish I could just take home with me. They have a really great match. Everyone have good chemistry. However, I feel like they're going to have to try to find the perfect partner to put Action Andretti with and Darius, because AR Fox has now, you know, he's part of the Mogul Embassy right now. I think he worked well with them tonight, but I don't feel like when you think of who should be their permanent trios partner, I don't see him being, you know, someone that would be their partner. They had a great match, but I think this was really about how the Guns fit with Bullet Club Gold, and I really felt somewhat impressed with them. So since they've, you know, won the titles, the AEW tag titles, I haven't really been impressed with them. Even after they lost them, I didn't feel impressed with the Guns. But I think we're seeing much better things with them, and they're fitting a lot better than I thought they would with Juice and Jay. So this was just really just to show how well they can do in the ring. Had a great match. The Guns end up getting the win for their team. I'm really happy that, you know, they're finding their place here in this company. So now we have Kiara Hogan versus Mercedes Martinez. They actually have a decent match. Nothing to be wowed about, though. What really was missing here was that there's no story, and it just kind of felt like, we remember these two girls are here, so let's put them on the show. I don't like that. You know, the women's division, they need help. They really do need stories. But we do kind of get something at the end of this. So they do have a decent match. There are some hiccups with Kiera in this match. But for the most part, we do have Mercedes that is dominating her basically the whole time. So we do have at the end Mercedes taking a win with a Dragon Sleeper, and I would love to put somebody in a hold like that. It looks really, really cool. Now she wins, bell rings because Kiera taps, and even after tapping, she's holding on, locking that shit in real tight, and she won't let go. So here come Chris Statlander putting her nose in people's business, and she gets in there to get her to stop. When she gets in the ring, she drops her title and she goes to go help Kiera check to see if she's okay. And here comes Mercedes. She picks up the title. She waits for Chris to turn around and she bops her in the head with it. And I'm liking that. I ain't got no issue with that. And here comes Willow Nightingale to save the day. And I'm just like, okay, that's weird. Either way, it looks like we're going to see Mercedes versus Chris Statlander, and I'm not mad with that because I really do like Mercedes in the ring, and I think that she'll be able to bring out something we have not seen in Chris Statlander since she won the damn title. Alright y'all, here we go. Main event, FTR versus MJF and Adam Cole, baby. Oh my gosh, they are so freaking over. I can't even believe it. MJF was actually hugging a child while they were making their entrance. And I'm just like, is this a Twilight Zone? Is MJF hugging a child? I couldn't believe it. I want my heel MJF back. I'm enjoying him with Adam Cole or whatever, but I prefer him as a heel. And I'm pretty sure it's coming soon. Now, I'm not going to lie. This match was really, really great. It was not no FTR versus Jay and Juice type of situation, but it was pretty good. And I was kind of expecting that we were going to get FTR, the FTR that we had versus the Briscoes last year, because Dax kept saying how personal this whole thing was with them and MJF or whatever, and that Cole had nothing to do with it. So since it was so personal with how he treated them when they were in the Pinnacle, and also with that promo from a couple of days ago, Dax was really fired up. So I was like, okay, they're going to be aggressive here. They're going to be, you know, what we don't normally see, but not in a heel way. Either way, we get normal FTR, whatever, and they tear the house down. The crowd is loving it. We get some points in this match where MJF is being his heelish self or whatever, and it does nothing to, you know, have a rift between him and Cole. He's just doing what he normally does in the ring. Now, I really did enjoy this match, but I was thinking that maybe we'll have some issues with Cole and MJF in this match, like maybe like some kind of miscommunication or whatever, but everything went smoothly here, so I was cool with that. Now, in the end, we do have MJF who sacrifices himself. So here's the FTR, they're about to hit Shattered Machine, and what MJF does is he pushes Cole, who was going to receive that, and he puts himself on the line to get hit with a Shattered Machine. So he feels some type of way because right after that, they end up pinning him. 1, 2, 3, FTR wins. We already knew that was going to happen. That's best for business. Now, after that match, MJF is just sitting in the corner, crying like a baby. And I'm just like, is this MJF that I know and love? What the hell is going on here? He's sad that he's the one who caused the team to lose. Not just lose the match, but lose the titles. So they would have been able to win. But, you know, things obviously went another direction. So he's crying and Cole's trying to console him or whatnot. So Cole goes and get his AEW title to give to MJF. He gives it to MJF. And for whatever reason, he turns around like he knows MJF is just going to hit him with the title. And he's like, go on, do what you got to do, with his back turned. And here's MJF holding the title. And it looks like he's going to hit Cole with it. But instead, he dropped the title. And then here comes Adam Cole turning around to see if he's going to hit him. And then he sees the title's not in his hand. And then the crowd is chanting, hug it out, hug it out. And they hug it out. And I'm just like, what soap opera is this? you know what? I am enjoying this whole thing, but it does kind of feel weird because it's MJF. He's always a heel, so this does feel different, and everyone thinks MJF is going to turn his back on Cole. But I really feel like in the end, right now, it seems like it would be more better for Cole to be the one to do the heel thing so that he turns his back on MJF. I think that's what they're going to end up doing. Either way, we got FTR versus Brian Cage and Big Bill next week, Collision. And we have MJF and Cole. They're going to have another AEW World Title match. They haven't confirmed exactly when that's going to happen, but MJF had already said, after this match, I'll give you your title shot. So we're going to be seeing that soon. Collision is a great show. If you're not watching it because you think it feels like Dynamite, you're wrong. It feels really, really different. It was solid. Guys, thanks for watching my review. I'll be back on Tuesday with Dark Side of the Ring. Thanks.